Well, it is dinner time now, and thinking about what I want to have for dinner got me thinking about how I have kind of gotten away from my staple meal. If you were following me from about a year ago, you might know that I was really focused on eating burritos. I was eating them for, breakfast and lunch and dinner pretty much. So all I was eating really was burritos. And the idea was that burritos are filling and they can be nutritious in their way. But most of all, they are inexpensive. But as you can imagine, when you eat something every day for an extended period of time, you do tend to get a little tired of it. And I did get pretty tired of eating burritos. So it's been a while since I've had a burrito. But I think tonight I'm going to get back to my staple meal. I'm going to get back to a burrito. Now, while it's true I have been avoiding eating burritos for the past little while here, I usually keep ingredients for burritos on hand at all times. So earlier today I made some tortillas, and so these are nice and fresh from this morning. And I always keep a can or two of pinto beans at the ready, and I've got some cheese, cheddar cheese, and I also have some pork carnitas that I need to finish up. Just a little bit left in this bag, so this will go good together. And I also have some new salsa that I just was trying for the first time a couple of days ago, and so this should all make a fairly good and easy little dinner. And it will ease me back into having a burrito for dinner. I think I'm going to enjoy this. I hope I'm going to enjoy this. Okay, I'm just going to drain off the water out of the can of the pinto beans. I really don't mind eating some canned pinto beans once in a while. Obviously, it's not my favorite thing. Rather just cook some myself, but there's nothing wrong with having a can or two of pinto beans around, especially when it's late and you need dinner in a hurry. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of pinto beans in here. Probably not gonna eat this whole can. And I'm gonna shred up this pork and add it in. And then, oh, you know what? I'm gonna add in some corn. I don't have a lot of fresh vegetables on hand, but I do have a freezer now, and so I'm able to keep some frozen stuff. And so I think I'm just gonna throw a little corn in the mix here because I've got that in my freezer. I wonder if I should throw some peas in as well. I think I'm gonna throw some green peas in. I know peas aren't traditional, but I think I'm just gonna throw them in anyway. Just a little bit of green, since that's all the green vegetable I have. Might as well throw some in and make these as healthy as they can be. Okay, I didn't have a whole lot of pork left, but I just wanted to use up this pack. I buy this every once in a while from Trader Joe's. This is pre-cooked, pre-made pork carnitas, and it's pretty good usually, but sometimes it's really gristly, and so I usually tear it up, shred it up before I just warm it up, because otherwise I will end up with a big pile of gristle, and that's not really my favorite thing. But if you can find some of this that's not so grizzly, it's pretty good. But I probably won't buy it for a little while now, because this bag really didn't seem like it was worth the money. With Trader Joe's, I'm sure you could go back and complain and they'd probably just give you another one. But I'm not going to do that. It's just one of the things you do when you buy something. Take your chances once in a while. But I got a few meals out of this little bag. So anyway, I'm just going to heat this all up first, and just mixed up and heated up, and then I'll put the burritos together. I've got to get those frozen vegetables thawed out, so that's the one thing I got to keep in mind here. Okay, got that over low heat. While that's warming through, I'm going to get a little cheddar cheese sliced up. looking like this filling is almost ready. It's almost warmed through, so I'm going to add some of the salsa right into the filling right now so that the salsa will be nice and warm. This is kind of a scary step because when the heat hits this salsa, it's going to come and probably hit me in the nose, and I'm probably going to start sneezing and coughing here. Actually, probably not, because this salsa is not very spicy at all. Okay, I think our filling is nicely heated through. So now we can turn our attention to the tortillas. I have to make these pretty small because the pan that I have, I only have one pan, but the pan that I have only allows me to make them so big. Let me fire up the stove again here. And one thing about these tortillas that I find, I've been using really just olive oil with these. Sometimes I'll use some other types of oil. Like if I've got some bacon drippings left, I might do that. But usually I just use olive oil, and with olive oil I find that they can get a little dried out really quickly. So I tend to cook them, ooh, that's hot. I tend to cook them just a little under what I think they will be done, totally cooked through, and then I just finish them off on the fire like I'm doing here. And this is the proper way to do this anyway. You always want to throw your tortilla on an open flame if you've got it. I could toast them up on my pan as well, but I like doing it over an open flame. So long as you don't burn your fingers like I keep doing here. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go in with a little more of the salsa because, like I said, the salsa is not very hot. I might as well just use as much as I can. Oh, and I do have a little bit of yellowbird left, so I'm going to do a little green as well here, especially because this salsa is much hotter than that guajillo salsa there, so this should kind of give me the heat that I'm after. Well, I overstuffed one. The other one is good. Let me start with the one that's not overstuffed so it doesn't fly everywhere. Let's give this a little taste and see how we did. Yes, I absolutely deem these as worthy. Even though these are not traditional burritos really, I think these are pretty good. Well, since these tortillas that I have are so tiny, and because I've still got plenty of filling left here, I will just do a little dance. I will make a couple burritos, eat a couple of burritos, and keep doing that until I've used up my filling, eaten up my filling. And this is pretty tasty. You know, this is one of those things where you can kind of get hung up on what are the right ingredients and what ingredients are wrong, what belongs in a traditional burrito and all of that jazz. But really, you're alone in the kitchen and you need to make food that tastes good to you. So normally I would have never thought of putting green peas in my burritos, but you know what? In this case, I need the vegetables, and they're actually pretty tasty here in a burrito. So I say do what you want, and as long as it tastes good to you, that means it's a good recipe. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it.